Going on YouTube? Welcome back to the video series where I'm making a song in Logic Pro. I forgot what episode we're on. I actually don't keep track of what episodes we're on. But today we're gonna be working on drums and making those sound good in the mix, and then just a little mixing and mastering. Well, not mastering, but a little bit of mixing, and then we're gonna get like a basic mix going, and then get a good sound. And then I actually gotta finish the second verse lyrics, and then the next episode will be like the last episode where everything is done, and well, not everything, but it'll be done for the video series, and then you'll hear the finished product when the song comes out, and I'm sure I will link it in the next video after the song comes out, but because it's a part of an album. So yeah. Anyways, we gotta get to the video and start getting things going. Okay, so I think the drums need a little bit more kick, like a little bit more sub in there. So, cause yeah, the kick isn't very. Yeah, the kick needs a little bit more sub. So what we can do is we're gonna move the project over here, and what we can do is actually I got some sounds from Splice, and what we're gonna do is find a good kick sound that we can use. So let's see here. Okay, so this kick sound I chose, and this kick sound it's a basic kick sound. So we're gonna put that in along with these. And how I usually tend to do that, some people just take the kick sound and just drag and drop the file in there like this, and then just copy and paste at each interval. But what I do is I go here, I add another, go here. So I use the CR8 sampler, and then it is this kick, right? Yeah. So then I drag and drop it in there. Okay, now it's in there. So if I go ahead and do this, and then it's in there. So now what I do is, now that I know it's in there, I go here, get all of my MIDI, copy the MIDI, go to the very first kick that I have in there, make sure it's copied, go up to here, and then paste. Now look at that. It's not really that loud right now, so I need to up the volume. Hold on. Oh yeah. So in these instances with the CR8 sampler, you actually do have to extend it out a little bit because it doesn't work unless it had it. So yeah, there we go. Now it works. Okay. Gonna go into the EQ a little bit. Make sure I only get that bass. To the sampler. Okay. Everything sounds good to me. So then what you do is bounce in place. Now bada bing bada boom, you got a drum sample with your kick sound in it. So now it blends in with the other drums. So actually, with this, if you go to one of the kick sounds, it actually peaks. So that's not good. So what we don't want is for it to peak. So we don't want that. So we're gonna go back here. Oh, that's muted via this. So unmute that. So we're gonna go back here, go back in the CR8 sampler, turn it down a little bit. I don't know why it's super fuzzy like that. It's weird. Oh, because it's super low. Okay. Yeah, with this you need to make sure that it's actually at middle C, or else it's gonna act a little bit weird and sound like it is not supposed to be doing that. There it is. There we go. Okay. Alrighty. So now we can bounce it in. Okay, that was a hassle. Okay. So now we bounce it in place because everything's fine now. We didn't mess it up like we did that time. We delete the old one. And now we have a good sound. There it is. There it is. Now another thing with drums you can do is go into here and then just mess with the Logic settings. You can just go back in here and choose different types of cymbals. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that real quick.
Go back home. Maybe it's not you. I think of who I would be. It's not you. I think of who I would be. Remember all the times we were each other's.
Okay, now that we got the kick in, and then we got like a separate bus with the kick in it, which is this one. So I should probably rename this kick. No, we don't need any of that. Okay, so we got the kick in there. Really beefy kick. So now that snare. So it sounds fine right there, but when you do it with the rest of the song, just a tad bit more low end. So what I'm actually gonna do is I need to figure out which one is the low end of the snare.
Casting your spell on my.
I actually kind of like that smack. Yeah, I think that the snare doesn't need that much change to it. So what we got now are these drums. And I actually want that kick to actually come out a little bit more. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to. That's like bip. So I'm actually gonna make that the side chain of that, and then okay. So actually, I'm liking how this is sounding. So now what I do is I have this right here. The NX from Waves as well. I'm actually gonna do Germano Studios. This is what it does. So essentially, it just kind of makes it sound different. And for my specific headphones, the DT700 Pro X's, it has an EQ to where it makes it sound even more realistic in your headphones. So it has like all these different headphone brands, and yeah, it's really just a nice Now I'm gonna just go to the master bus, add some different utilities. So I use, where is it? That's in metering. Yep, there's this one that I use to make sure my volume is right. Then there is another one that I just put in just to make sure. Multimeter, that goes in there to make sure everything is looking good. And then before that, I put my limiter. So I have my limiter here, this one. And I just do the mastering preset, and then I adjust accordingly. So if we do that, we go here. It's already loud, and just from that limiter. So if we do the standard Spotify where it's a maximum of 14 loofs and a true peak of -2, we can look at our track and see what's going on. Let's go to the chorus because that's the loudest part.
Go back home.
So as you can see, it's too loud. So what we need to do is either make the tracks in here quieter or lower the out ceiling. So what I'm gonna do is actually turn some things down.
Maybe it's not you, I think of who I would be.
Sorry for the volume. I'll get it situated. I'll mute it so it's not burning your eardrums.
Now I'm screaming, oh, calamity. Now I'm thinking what's next, thinking of what makes sense. The best we can do is walk away.
So there would be a voice there. So our best bets are to use these two areas right here. This is pretty inaccurate. It doesn't have any vocals to increase the volume, so. Alright, so now we're gonna go, now that we got all like the sounds sounding good, we are going to go in and work on the drums, just like make the drums a little bit more interesting, maybe add some variation in the drum pattern, because right now it's just a and I think it needs a little bit more. So. Okay, I think it's sounding pretty good. I've decided that the only things that's not going to be done are like the vocals for the ending. So next time we're going to do another gloss over, make sure everything's sounding good, and then when the song comes out, the vocals will be different, and that will be also a few instrumental things, just so, because you know, I gotta make sure everything's balanced. So right now it's pretty balanced. So I'm gonna work on vocals by myself, and then one more video, and then this song will be done. So thank you everybody for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. I'm sorry for like no commentary on these videos. As I get later into my process, it's less creative and more of like finishing. So yeah, sorry for the lack of commentary on these last few videos, but I just get into it in these last few things rather than like be like creative. So yeah, thank you for watching. Check the description to go on the website for any more updates, and I'll see you next time.
Casting your spell on myself hasn't gone well for me. Reminds me of the bells you promised me. Sweet like salt, bitter the days when we were all kings. Hands I've dealt, running out of queens. Asking where did we go, thinking it was me, though. Want to go back home. Maybe it's not you. I think of who I would be. Remember all the times we were each other's parody. Now I'm screaming, oh, calamity. Now I'm thinking what's next, thinking of what makes sense. The best we can do is walk away. Thinking it was me, though. Want to go back home. Maybe it's not you. I think of who I would be. Remember all the times we were each other's parody. Now I'm screaming, oh, calamity. Now I'm thinking what's next, thinking of what makes sense. The best we can do is walk away.